In this video, I will show you guys how to drive a manual car and tell you some tips and tricks to be a better driver. But first, let me show you guys what happens when you stall a car. When getting into a car with the manual transmission, the car should already be in first gear or in neutral with the parking brake on. In order to start the car, however, you press on the brake with your right foot and press the clutch pedal all the way with your left foot. Make sure the car is in neutral and proceed to turn on the car. After turning on the car, you can proceed to let go of the clutch. The next step is to release the parking brake by lifting it up, pressing the button and then letting it go all the way down. Now in some of the newer cars, you might have a different handbrake than mine, but that's okay because they both do the same thing. Now it's time for the actual driving. Press on the clutch all the way and put the car into first gear. To get the car rolling, you need to let off the clutch slowly and give gas slowly at the same time. Now if you feel like your car is about to stall, all you have to do is just press on the clutch all the way in to prevent it from stalling and try again. Once you feel the clutch catch, then you can finally release the clutch and drive normally. In order to shift from first to second gear, you let off the gas with the clutch pedal all the way in and shift into second gear, slowly releasing the clutch pedal while giving a little gas to make the shift smooth. And there you go, you're finally driving a manual car. When you're ready to come to a complete stop, however, press on the brake and right before the car is about to turn off, switch it to neutral. Once you're done for the day, come to a complete stop and pull the handbrake. Now in order to turn off a car on a manual transmission, people will tell you that there's two different ways. The first method is to leave your car in gear and the second method is to leave your car in neutral. It all really just depends on your situation that you're in. For example, if you were to park your car at a hill or any street that's slanted, you should probably consider leaving your car in gear because if your handbrake were to fail at any point, your car would still be in gear preventing it from moving. Whereas if you were to park your car at a street that's flat, you could put it in gear as a precaution, but you don't have to. It's just personal preference at the end of the day. Okay, now I'm gonna just be driving around. Clutch in, slowly gas it up. And from there, I'm driving like normal. Now don't get me wrong, driving a manual car will be complicated at first. It will be hard, but if you keep trying hard enough, you will get it down. It's not something you can learn overnight, so don't stress yourself out. Trust me, if a person ever tells you that they've never stalled a car in their entire life, they're lying. We've all been through that, so it's only natural. So don't be afraid of stalling, and because that's just the process of learning a manual car. We've all been through it. I'm trying to find the exit in here. When you do get down how to drive a manual car, you're gonna have fun with it. Like in terms of speed compared to an automatic, it's not as fast just because we have to switch gears. But I mean, driving a manual is fun. So when I bought this car, I bought it off of some guy who was a mechanic, and he sold it to me because he had too many cars, so he sold it for me for cheap. One thing he did tell me is, it's gonna need a clutch replacement soon, but I don't leave the clutch in gear. At a stoplight, I don't leave it in gear. I wait and then shift it into gear so I'm not wearing out the clutch. So what I mean by wearing out the clutch is like for this, for example. So stoplight, I don't shift it to neutral, you just leave it in there. I personally don't like leaving it in gear because what that does in the long run, it wears it out. So it might seem silly, but just simple habits like these is what makes the clutch last even longer. According to the guy, I was gonna need to change my clutch within a year. It's already been 2 years and my clutch is doing fine. There has been no major issues. But that's because I'm doing the method I've been doing. So I'm at a red light right now. I wait and then I shift into gear. So that's that. That's the one thing I will tell you. Don't wear your clutch out. Like this, for example, in order to stop, I just clutch and leave it in neutral and just rely on my right leg for the brake while my left leg is on the, I guess you can call it dead spot. So I hope this video helped you learn how to drive a manual transmission. If you like what you saw, please hit that like and subscribe button. Oh, I think I just stalled.